Hi guys, I am 32 weeks pregnant today, which means I am starting my 8th month of pregnancy. 8 months pregnant sounds really pregnant to me because it's almost 9 months, and when you're 9 months, that's the month that you give birth. So this is really exciting, and the baby this week weighs almost 4 pounds, which seems crazy big to me already, and is anywhere between 16 and 19 inches long. I guess weight and length at this point varies from baby to baby, but still, that seems pretty massive, and I'm definitely feeling her all the time. Like kicking, moving, rolling. I have started doing kick counts this week. I have a pregnancy app on my phone, and it has a kick count feature, and so I've just started doing those because that's something that has been mentioned that you should start doing around 32 weeks. So I do one kick count at night and one kick count in the morning. So far so good. You're supposed to get to 10 kicks in within an hour or something. Usually it happens faster, like within 20 minutes, but it's okay if it lasts like up to an hour. Anyway, so I've started doing those. And I also, this week, have started to become a lot more anxious. I've considered myself lucky up until this point in terms of the pregnancy. I haven't really been feeling that nervous about much. I haven't been experiencing, nerves about labor and delivery, some of those common things that people are nervous about. I've been pretty calm about throughout this pregnancy. Well, suddenly it's hit me like an oncoming train, like right to the face. I don't know what it is, but this past week I have just been feeling anxious. Like I wake up feeling sort of like nervous, and I'm starting to think about this is coming up really soon. Like I'm going to give birth, and I hope everything's okay, and I hope it goes well. Like I don't know what to expect, and I don't know. I've just been dealing with more nerves, I think you could call it, and just the realization that this is happening so soon. It's hitting me, and it's hitting me suddenly, and I'm starting to get pretty nervous. Other than that, my symptoms have continued on. I don't really have anything new. I did have a OB appointment this morning that I wanted to talk briefly about. So, really quickly, the appointment went well. She took the baby's heart rate. It was 150, 158, I think, which is typical. It's what it has been throughout the pregnancy. She measured my fundal height, and that was normal. She felt again and felt that the baby's head is down and, facing down, so that's good. Baby's still head down, which makes sense because I feel her kicks up high. So I knew that she was head down. I know how to recognize that now because her movements are all high up. So anyway, she's still head down. But what I mainly wanted to talk about my OB appointment is I wanted to tell you what's different for me since I'm a type 1 diabetic, and to other diabetic viewers out there who are curious about the protocol for diabetic pregnancy. So now that I'm at 32 weeks, the protocol at my hospital anyway, for somebody with diabetes, and that includes gestational diabetes as well, is that around 32 weeks you start having weekly or twice weekly non-stress tests. So the non-stress test is just meant to verify that the baby is still thriving in there, that everything's okay, and that your placenta is not failing, and that everything's good to go. And they usually start those around 32 weeks. And like I said, for type 1 diabetics, it's twice a week starting at 32 weeks. I talked to my doctor today, and she looked at my my latest A1C and my blood sugars, and what she said is because my blood sugars are in such good control, she's going to wait to start me on my NSTs until I'm 34 weeks. So in 2 weeks, when I have my next OB appointment, on that same day, I'm also going to have my first non-stress test. And what she said, what she's going to do for my case, since my blood sugars are very good, is we're going to do once a week non-stress tests starting at 34 weeks until I get to 36 weeks. And once I'm 36 weeks pregnant, then I will start doing twice weekly NSTs until I give birth. So I did want to let you know that that's one of the things that would be different for you if you had any kind of diabetes and were pregnant, is you can expect to have non-stress tests once you get later on in your pregnancy. For me, that's going to start in 2 weeks. So I'll let you know how that goes after I do it. Other than that, my blood sugars have been pretty stable this week. Last week I talked about how I had that scary high blood sugar, and ever since that happened, I've been like freaked out about it happening again. So I've been kind of more diligent this week, just making sure that my blood sugar doesn't get high. So my blood sugars have been pretty good this week. Again, I feel like I'm taking more insulin than ever. It seems as though my insulin requirements just keep going up and up. But with constant monitoring of your blood sugars, you catch that. And as long as you're checking your blood sugar a lot, I have found that that is like your number one tool. If you're pregnant and trying to control your blood sugars, check your blood sugar all the time, and you can correct those lows or those highs whenever they inevitably will happen. Like as a diabetic, that's the nature of the disease. It inevitably happens. So as long as you're checking your blood sugar frequently, you can catch those and you're all good to go. Last thing I'm going to say, we had our second birth class this week. This week they went over what to expect when the unexpected happens. So by unexpected, they're talking about things like C-sections, unplanned C-sections, or labor inductions, you know, when things don't go as you had it planned in your head. And that was a really useful class for us. It was scary on the one hand, because who likes to hear about preterm labor, C-sections, possible NICU stays, but it was really good to have that information, and also to see that if any of those things happen, everything will probably still be okay. Like even if something scary happens, your baby's still going to be fine. Like that was the positive message that I got from that class. And I'm glad we went, and I'm glad that we got to see exactly what to expect if I do end up needing a C-section, whether unplanned or planned or emergency or whatever. I now know what to expect if that happens. So it was really useful. And next week's class is going to be, I think, like actually practicing labor positions and things like that. So that should be a fun one. We're actually going to be on the floor doing different positions. So anyway, the birth classes have been really positive so far, and if your hospital or birth center offers those birth classes, especially if they're free, which mine is, thankfully, definitely take advantage of those, because at least in my experience, it's been nothing but positive, and my husband agrees. So, all right, that's it for my update for 32 weeks. I will go ahead and end with a belly shot. Alright guys, thank you as always for watching. One thing I wanted to mention before I go is that I finally started an Instagram account. I'm going to link that down below, and if you have an Instagram and you want to follow me on there, please by all means add me, and then I'll also follow you back. For the most part, I've been taking pictures of things that I eat so that my diabetic followers can see what my diet looks like, but I'm also including baby stuff. So it's kind of like my YouTube channel. It's like half baby stuff, half diabetes stuff, and all diabetes and pregnancy related. And then of course, once the baby's born, and I'll hopefully, you know, Instagram will be a good place for me to share baby updates as well. So if you have an Instagram, go ahead and follow me on there. And until next week, I hope you guys are all doing really well, and thank you so much for watching. I will see you for my 33-week update. Bye!